Tonight I thought I would just do a reading from our book, People of the Word, 50 Words That Shaped Jewish Thinking. And the word I chose tonight was life. This is chapter 20, and it says, Rise in Peace. In Jewish thought, the term afterlife is a misnomer. Colloquially, the expression afterlife suggests that life comes to an end, something else follows. In contrast to this, Judaism teaches that life is eternal. It has no end. It is experienced in a physical body for a period of time, and when that time is up, we lay down our body, and the soul returns to a higher dimension of eternal existence. A contemporary analogy for this can be understood from a television broadcast. A transmitting station broadcasts images and sounds in the form of energy waves, which are received by a physical device that displays them. Imagine that something goes wrong with the device itself, so that screen and speakers no longer display the images, sounds, ideas, feelings, and actions encoded within the energy waves. The transmitting station and the energy waves incorporating the media exist no less than before. It is only that the receiving device is no longer translating them into physically visible and audible phenomena. By way of analogy, we can thus envision the soul itself as the transmitting station, i.e., the source of one's personality, character, traits, thought, emotions, actions, etc., and the body as the receiving device. The death of the body does not in any way affect the integrity of the soul, nor does it halt the soul's self-expression, analogous to the energy waves that are emanating through space. It is only that we have been deprived of the ability to see and hear it in the phenomenal world. The comfort in knowing that the soul lives on may be overshadowed by our inability to fully comprehend the concept of life beyond the physical realm. We may have disconcerting questions about the quality of the soul's existence and the experience in the next world. What is it like for a soul to be deprived of physical existence? What kind of life does one have as a soul? In a letter written to a family who lost a beloved one, the Lubavitcher Rebbe described the soul's experience when it departs this world. Needless to say, insofar as the soul is concerned, death is a release from its imprisonment in the body. For so long as the soul is bound up with the body, it suffers from the physical limitations of the body, which necessarily constrain the soul and involve it in physical activities that are essentially alien to its pure spiritual nature. In other words, the departure of the soul from the body is a great advantage and an ascent for the soul. Accordingly, the Hebrew word for life, chaim, is phrased in the plural and literally translates as lives, indicating multiple phases and expressions of a single never-ending life. Excuse my voice, I've been smoking and I've just quit. Famously, on the last day of Moses' life, he tells the Jewish people, "See, I set before you this day life and prosperity, death and adversity. Choose life." Obviously, everyone would choose life over death, so what kind of choice is Moses actually offering? The explanation is that essentially Moses is offering sound investment advice. You can spend your life investing in self-centered pursuits that are physically pleasurable but fleeting, or you can invest in that which is eternal, life. The Talmud teaches righteous individuals are considered alive even in their death, whereas wicked individuals are considered dead even during their lifetimes. It reminds me of something Dylan said. He not busy being born is busy dying, something like that. This is because righteous individuals spend their lives infusing eternal meaning into everything they do. In stark contrast to the culture of eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die, when Jews have occasion to drink, they say l'chaim, reminding each other that there is so much more to life than the shallow indulgences of here and now, and that every meaningful act one does and every mitzvah one performs creates an energetic imprint that outlives our temporary time in the physical body. In fact, we learn that even after one's body is laid to rest, mitzvot performed in the merit of a departed soul help to continue that soul's journey and ascent as it travels through the infinite worlds beyond. Therefore, instead of saying, may their soul rest in peace, in Jewish tradition, we say, may their soul, neshama, soul, continue to have an aliyah, ascent. For the soul does not rest, rather it rises continuously, even after death. Indeed, this perpetual process of ongoing elevation is the very essence of life itself. Okay, the big idea. We are not physical beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a physical experience. There's a little section here called It Happened Once in each of these chapters. So in this case, here's the It Happened Once. In 1960, a group of college students came to see the Lubavitcher Rebbe. One of the topics they discussed was the Jewish understanding of death. The Rebbe explained the term used to describe death in Judaism is histakut, which does not mean death to the sense of coming to an end. Rather, it refers to an elevation from one level to another. When one completes his or her mission in life, the departed person is elevated to a higher plane. Death is not a cessation of life. Rather, it describes the process whereby one's spiritual life takes on a new dimension. This notion is consistent with the scientific principle of conservation of matter, which states that nothing physical can be annihilated. This table or a piece of iron can be cut, burned, etc., but in no instance can the matter of the table or the iron be destroyed. It only takes on a different form. Likewise, on the spiritual level, our spiritual being, the soul, can never be destroyed. I'm not sure this makes sense. It only changes its form or is elevated to a different plane. Accordingly, the Rebbe concluded, the term afterlife is inappropriate, for what we have experienced after death is a continuation of life. Until 120, the human lifespan mentioned in the Torah, life is experienced on one level, and from 121, 122, and 123 onward it is carried on another level, and we continue to ascend higher and higher in the realm of the spirit. Well, there's some good thoughts there. I don't agree with absolutely everything, but it was good. Thank you.